All right, this is a story about in the time of the first Rebbe of Chabad. The first Rebbe of Chabad, he had a lot of followers, and the followers would get together regularly, and they would make what's called a forbringen. They would make Hasidic gatherings together, and usually the Hasidic gatherings there would be also a lot of l'chaim. They would drink. There was one rich man who I think the story is in the time of the altar. No, maybe actually it's not. Maybe the story is in the time of the third Rebbe of Chabad, of the Tzemach Tzedek. Could be Tzemach Tzedek, third Rebbe. And he had Tzemach Tzedek had a lot of Hasidim, but also the Chabad had been for a while, and there were also people who had left Chabad. They left Judaism. They left. But there's an old saying that a person, they can leave Judaism, they can leave Torah, but they can never really leave the Rebbe. Just like people with their grandparents, right? You see non-religious Jews totally, but they have a picture of their grandfather on the walls. So there was a rich person, a very, very rich person, and a rich Jew, and his father, or maybe he himself, had been a Chassid Chabad. He, in any case, when he was younger, he was religious, and he left it all. But one day he was in a marketplace or whatever it was, and he saw this beautiful picture, a painting, of course, of the first Rebbe of Chabad, the Alter Rebbe, first Rebbe of Chabad. Saw this picture. Did you ever see? Did we have a picture of him or somewhere? Anyway, there's this drawing which was made of the first Rebbe of Chabad. It was beautiful, so he bought it, and he liked it so much that he put it up in his office. He had the office in his house, had a big sort of a mansion of a house, and he put this big picture behind him in his office so that anyone who came in would see this picture. Would want to see this picture of it. So yeah, this one day he got this idea. Yud Tet Kislev is a big holiday in Chabad. That's the day the first Rebbe of Chabad got out of prison. And like we've talked about so much, it was just a week ago. The first Rebbe of Chabad got out of prison 2 weeks ago. And it's a very big holiday for Chabad. It's the day that really the whole Hasidic the movement really, got and put itself into high gear, second gear in any case. And that's when the Rebbe wrote all these massive books that he wrote after he got out of prison. So the Hasidim make a big party. So this guy gets an idea. What he's going to do, he is going to invite the Hasidim to come to his house and make a farbringen in his house. Now he knows that the food in his house is not kosher, and he hasn't got any mezuzahs on the door. But first of all, he's a little bit bored. And it'll be an enjoyable thing in the night. It's sort of like going to a play or something like that. So we went to the synagogue of the Hasidim, of the Chabad, and he told them about his plan that he would like to do. And he said, my father was this Hasid, and so they said, okay, he's got a big room, a big, huge, whatever it is, hall, front room, nice table. And so they said, okay, but we're only going to come on the condition that you have to buy mezuzahs, put mezuzahs on every door. And we have to come and make the kitchen kosher. And we have to get rid of all the not kosher food you have in your house. And then we'll make the farbringen. And what you do afterwards is up to you. What you do afterwards is up to you. You have a pair of tefillin. Yeah, I never put it on. My father never put it on. Put it on. Okay, you know what day of Shabbos is? Yeah. Good. All we're requesting from you is going to make the house kosher. We're going to put mezuzahs on every door. And that's it. They said, okay. I said, no problem. And sure enough, they came and he bought mezuzahs. They put mezuzahs on every door. He was a rich man, tremendously rich, big house. And he got his front room all ready with the tables and everything. And they koshered his house. They came over and they koshered everything. They threw away all the dishes that weren't kosher, and they brought him new dishes, or whatever he did, or they put the non-kosher dishes in the basement. Whatever they did, now his house is kosher and everything, and he's enjoying it. This is like going back 100 years or something, to a tour in time, going in a time tunnel or something. And he's sitting there enjoying every minute. He puts a kippah on his head, and the Hasidim come, and he's sitting over and watching it, and they're singing songs, and nice songs in Chabad, and he hears what everybody is saying, and he makes a couple of chaims himself, and he's enjoying it. He's objective, enjoying every minute of it. Journey to the past. But eventually they sort of call him in to the group. And they call him into the group, and he makes a couple more lachaims, and he sort of joins in. Why should he sit outside? And he hears the words, what they're saying, and they're talking about loving God and serving God and American amazing miracles that are happening today, and how we have to not depend on miracles, and what honesty is, and what truth is, and what love is, and what courage is, and all these amazing stories about the courage of the Hasidim, and in the face of disaster, all of a sudden they transform it. And he's sitting and listening. Good. Well, he figured that Farbrengen would last, a couple of hours. How long, But it didn't. It lasted till the morning. And they started like at 6, and the whole night were Farbrengen. And of course, they brought the food. They brought the vodka. It was not lacking. Anyway, when it's like in the morning, the sun's just coming up. So they're still Farbrengen. They don't even thinking about the house owner. All of a sudden, they hear this terrible wailing, like maybe it's a dog dying or something. And they don't know what it is. Maybe it's some sort of a wild animal came into the house. What is it? It stopped the whole Farbrengen. And they said, "What is it? What could it possibly be?" So where's the owner? Probably went to sleep, so they follow the sound, and they hear it's coming from this guy's office, the rich man, his office. It's coming from the office. And so, they open up the door a little crack to see what's inside. Maybe it's a big, a wild a lion. Who knows? A bear. Who knows what's inside? So they open up the crack and they look inside, and they see that it's him. It's this rich guy. And he's laying on the table, looking up at this picture of the Rebbe, of the Alter Rebbe. And he's saying, forgive me, I'll be a chassid. Forgive me, right? From now on, I'm going to serve Hashem. Forgive me. He's looking up. What happened was that the Farbrengen, the words that he heard, it woke up his Jewish soul. That's like we learned in the first, the Mimer in Torah Or. It woke up this hidden essential love that he had for God, just like it was Yosef had to be the gardener, that he was the one that planted this in every Jew. The Rebbe, he's the one that plants this. He awakens what God has planted inside of each and every Jew, this love of God. And he was wailing and wailing, please, I promise I'll be different from now on. I'll change myself. I realize my whole life has been a mistake up to now. The power of a Chassidic Farbrengen to awaken the essence of the Jewish soul. Have a good day with Mashiach now. God willing, tomorrow, 8:15. Hope to see you all.